What is up, Zero X Nation? It is season 2 of Powered by Zero X, where we go through all of that is awesome in the Zero X ecosystem, everything that Zero X is powering, and get you guys clued in on what's new being built in crypto. My name is Michael Wong. I'm here with my G Jessica Lynn.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Jessica here.
We're both West Coast, kind of early right now, but we're getting excited. Putting some energy in our mornings. We got a big episode for you guys today. We're highlighting some of our DAO grantees, and I think we picked a fun one, Jessica, because so many of these grantees are all about social crypto, NFTs, making NFTs accessible. We're gonna go all into all that in a moment. But before we do that, let me go through some housekeeping. Just some quick stuff that's been happening in Zero X in the last couple weeks. I know y'all saw us at ETH Denver. If you're still recovering from their illnesses at ETH Denver, I hope you a speedy recovery. But I know you saw all the awesome things that were happening from Zero X to Matcha in Denver, and I hope that you had a great time despite all their illnesses. Both Jessica and I were supposed to be there, but we just had instances in our life that prevented us from being there. So we hope you had enough fun for both of us. And also,
flu. Oh, sorry. Yeah. To slide in. Yeah, I think that's now deemed the buffercorn flu that comes around every year.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. The year I went in 2022, I had just left. I was only there for like 36 hours to get some merch. And the day I left, I think the hour after I left, everybody got COVID because I missed it last time. So I'm glad about that. Also, we just celebrated the 6th birthday of the Zero X protocol. I made this little Twitter thread that even shared Will Warren, our co-CEO, his ICO white paper post in the ETH trader Reddit or Ethereum subreddit, I think. What a throwback, man. So if you've been here since ICO days, man, I know you got some gray hairs, but I'm happy you're still here with us, and thank you for listening to Powered by Zero X. By the way, I didn't say this yet. Let's introduce what we do at Zero X if you're not familiar. Jessica, you want to go first?
Sure. So, everyone, got to see some of you back in season 1, but I'm the developer advocate over at Zero X. So, get to work with the growing developer community, help inform you guys what we're building, and get to learn more about what you are building, so we can better equip you with those tools. And Mike over here.
Yeah. By the way, if you're trying to figure out what to build in crypto, tap in with Jessica. Zero X is something. It's infrastructure that powers so much of DeFi and also CeFi low key. And she's really excited to find out what's new and being built and how we can help you build what you need to build. You're going to see a little bit of that today. I'm Michael Wong. You might know me from crypto, Twitter, and everything else, but I run socials across Zero X and Matcha, which is a big job because we're shipping a lot right now. Happy to say that. All right, cool. Last thing I have to say in the housekeeping before we bring on our awesome guests is that we have a DAO. What? Duh. Zero X DAO. And the Zero X DAO is what helps power everything that you're going to see here today. We distribute grants periodically to teams, including the 3 teams you're going to meet today. All right. First, before we introduce these teams, let me tell you some of the big ideas that this show is going to encompass, why we picked these teams for today. Again, I'm hoping we can have a lot of fun. Like I said, they're all grantees from the DAO. Learn more about Zero X DAO. You're going to learn more about Zero X DAO today, just a little bit. I'm hoping we can have fun because, what's more fun in crypto than NFTs? I think it makes it crypto a lot less stuffy, right? We're going to talk about social crypto. We're going to talk about how teams are making NFTs easier to access. We're going to talk about how we can make NFTs a friends thing or friendly. We'll get into that a little bit. And also, of course, talk about how these teams and these NFT projects, these social crypto projects are implementing Zero X, all right, and how Zero X makes all of this possible. All right, Jessica, did I forget anything there?
No, I think you covered it all. Let's get this show started.
Boom. Let's get our guests on.
All right.
Boom. What's up, Gonzalo? What's up, Milton? What's up, Matt? What's up, Artie? And what's up, Stuart? It's good to see y'all. Did you look at how beautiful that like unveiling was of everybody? You didn't know that they could do that from backstage, but we can on this restream platform. So, all right, y'all. I'm gonna start with the Frenly team. Do you want to give your intro real quick?
Yeah, hey guys, my name is Arti. I'm co-founder at Frenly. Matvey here is our head of community, and we are building a social wallet.
Boom. Thank you guys. All right, let's go over to the lore team. Previously Prism. I'll let him talk about that.
Hi, everybody. My name is Stuart Bracken. I'm the lead engineer at Lore. We were previously Prism, and we're building a co-ownership platform.
I'm really excited to talk to you guys about that today. Let's get to WakeUp Labs. I think we got Gonzalo and we got Milton here.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Thanks, everyone. I'm Milton Berman, CEO and co-founder at WakeUp Labs. And there is Gonza, also co-founder here and COO. Thank you.
Dope. I think Stuart's from here, but who's from the farthest away right now? I think I know the answer to this. Who do you think's farthest away from where I am in the west coast of America right now?
South America, Argentina here.
Yes, that's far. I think we got you beat with the Frenly team. No?
Yeah, but it's far away. We're from Kazakhstan. Yeah, Middle Asia.
I just watched Jeopardy last night, and I found out Kazakhstan is the largest landlocked country in the entire world. So I hope you guys still get good sushi over there. All right, y'all.
Yeah.
Let's get into some NFT, or just talk about some of your guys' history with NFTs. Since I just called on you, why don't we start with the Frenly team? You can talk about the company in this way, personally, like your history with NFTs you guys collect. Yeah, let's talk about that. So why don't the Frenly team start and talk about you guys' history, your company's history with NFTs?
Yeah, back in the days in 2017, me and my other co-founder was building event platform, and then we found this opportunity that we can like build non-fungible tickets for events. It was way before like NFT hype, and even NFT wasn't even a term back then. So we built this platform where organizers can create non-fungible tickets. We called it crypto tickets. And yeah, it was like 2017 and 18, and then crypto winter happened. Unfortunately, we haven't survived. And after that, I was building AR VR agency. We created like multiple virtual experiences for brands. We work with Huawei, Red Bull, etc. And then in 2020, I found that like a lot of creators that we worked with started to like do their NFT collections, like doing some personalized NFTs like projects. And I was like, whoa, this NFT thing is really happening. I need to dive into it. And yeah, later on we started to think like how we can contribute, what interesting things we can build in this space, and that's how we got an idea for Frenly, basically. And then maybe Matvey, what was your history with NFTs?
Okay, my story is not so cool as artist one. I learned about NFTs maybe in 2021. I was partying in the club and I got a small talk with a co-founder of this club, and he was like, I'm switching to crypto. I'm building my own NFT collection." And I was like, "Well, what is it?" And I asked him several questions, and I was really curious about how he switched this way from club story to crypto. And I was just really curious about how blockchain works and what is NFTs. And yeah, now I'm in a full time there, in a full time position. So
Right on, man.
I'm,
Thank you.
I'm pretty newbish in this space.
Well, we're glad you're building in it. We appreciate it. Let's go over to Stuart at Lore.
Yeah, so Lore, oh my gosh, what happened?
I can hear you still.
Okay, my computer screen went dark. So at Lore, we were previously like more like a Ethereum like social tracking wallet, and then the NFT summer came on, and we added NFT tracking to our platform, so you could actually track your net gains in USD for NFTs, and that was pretty nifty. But then we saw this opportunity for building out a co-ownership platform, so we built this integration with OpenSea and Gnosis Safe, so you could pool assets together on Gnosis Safe and then buy as a group on OpenSea. And we went full on in that direction. So now we are this co-ownership platform where you can pool assets together with your friends, and you can buy some of these NFTs that might be like very expensive, like blue chip NFTs, or just out of your price range as an individual. And we just saw that as a very fun platform to interact with and to build. And yeah, and on a personal note, during that summer, before we had switched to this co-ownership platform, I created a generative art NFT. I listed it on Zora, and I just kind of forgot about it. And then within a couple weeks, somebody bought it, and my mind was just blown that this was possible with NFTs. Wow. And that was when generative art was taking off. And then I was just completely sold on NFTs, both personally and through Lore.
Did you consider yourself an artist before you made your first art sale?
I like revisionist history, yes, but before that, no, because I thought you had to sell art to be an artist, but actually art is whatever the artist says it is, and anyone can be an artist.
Sounds like something an artist would say, bro. Bang, you're an artist. That's awesome. And you have sold pieces already. Cool. Appreciate that, Stuart. We're going to get deep into lore today. All right, let's round that out with WakeUp Labs. Gonzalo, Milton, tell us about the history of your history with NFTs, also what your company does in relation to NFTs.
I can start, and then Gonza has a great NFT history. I go to the past. As I got into crypto in 2016, when I read the Bitcoin white paper at the moment, so I was there in the hype of CryptoKitties when they blew the blockchain, the Ethereum blockchain. So yeah, I bought a CryptoKitty at that moment. That's what my first NFT. I could have bought a CryptoPunk, but I bought a CryptoKitty. So I was also working in a video game company. I knew NFTs were going to help video games. I couldn't make it there because we were doing other stuff. Fast forward, I started working in crypto, decentralized identity, and other blockchain stuff. And by 2021, I started doing some stuff to some guys that were working with Axie Infinity, and I understood there was a great market to do stuff there, and the infrastructure was not that good. We are good at developing stuff and doing infra, so we thought that since 2022 we could do a lot to improve the NFT technology. So, and that's why I met Gonza, and we started to talk about Axie Infinity and other NFT projects. Maybe Gonza can follow on with the story.
Ooh.
You're muted.
Yeah, mute. Get your boom. Nope. Can't hear you, Gonza. It's okay, by the way, because we're recording. We're not like live streaming, so we can edit this.
Can you check the settings?
Yes. Now you can hear me.
Boom.
Great. Well, the background of Milton is incredible. Thanks to the COVID outbreak, I got a lot of time, and I started doing really deep research related to blockchain gaming and NFTs. And after that, I started a blockchain gaming community. And at that moment, we got a lot of players and people interested in Axie Infinity. So we start building software for that. I met Milton, and we start working and talking a lot together, and we found WakeUp Labs, which is right now a dev-oriented platform that let people who is a developer but don't know anything about blockchain, they don't know about Solidity, they don't know about how blockchain works, and they can start building NFTs through APIs. The core, the soul of this is because, as we did before, it's important that the information is on-chain. And even though you don't need a smart contract to do that, because you can do it directly through APIs. And that's our main focus right now. So we start working together and we are doing great.
Oh, we're so happy to hear that. By the way, y'all, I know that we're talking about NFTs today. We're talking about social today. But if you, of course, a lot of you are touching on things and your companies are working on things that are not just about NFTs. So feel free to discuss those things as well. All right. All right. Let's get into let's get into our second topic, our first big topic after intros. The through line of all of these companies is in some way, shape, or form, we're making NFTs accessible. All right. You just heard from Gonzalo about how WakeUp Labs is helping make NFTs accessible for devs to make it accessible for devs to make NFTs even more accessible for communities. So let's go to Frenly and Prism. I'm gonna start with Frenly team. You guys are building kind of an onboarding mechanism to crypto and NFTs for apps and friends. Tell us about why that's important and how you guys are making that happen.
So right now, still Web3 is quite a lonely place, especially if you're a newbie, like if you're just starting out. Like I remember when I was just starting my crypto journey, I was really like the only guy from my circle who was like doing some nerdy crypto stuff. And I guess onboarding for new people is really important. This the first like gap of understanding the concept, and finding like folks in your circle is very important. And we're trying to like break this gap. Even the idea of Frenly, I actually got an idea when I would just checking my friends. It's kind of weird, but I usually check my friends' wallets on Etherscan. I was doing that. It's kind of like stalking stuff, but anyway, I remember I was checking my friend's Etherscan. I saw a pop he got from a Führer in Berlin, and this guy, he's like rarely on social media. He doesn't like post anything, not stories, not post. And I just saw his pop from Berlin, the Führer in Berlin, and I messaged him on Telegram like, "Whoa, you really participated in the conference," and we had really great talk about it. Like he told me about the conference, and I had an idea like, why couldn't I just like see this pop and feed and just message him in the same app and make it like all decentralized. So this is the exploring feature, I guess, and onboarding feature for new guys, like new people on crypto. And we are trying to doing it in Frenly with like following people, like following your friends, being able to check their status, check their feed of their transactions, and ability to comment any NFT transaction. Like if your friend has bought some NFT, you can just react to it, you can comment, and it's all chain. And we're trying to like build the UX as simple as possible. So I guess this is how we can contribute into onboarding new people on crypto and NFT.
Yeah, great. Frenly as an app is, just to reiterate that, kind of like a social feed for your friends' wallets or whoever's wallets you're following. Help you discover NFTs that your friends are collecting, just like POAPs from ETH Berlin. So let's go. We're gonna go into some of the nitty gritty of that in just a bit. Let's go over to Stuart at Lore. So earlier I said the wrong name's Lore now, and we love the name. So let's talk generally about how Lore helps, and the idea of Lore helps onboard folks to crypto and NFTs.
So my headphones died. Can you guys hear me?
Oh, I hear you great, man. Loud and clear.
Yes. So how Lore helps users onboard. We have this idea of a squad or this a co-owned vault, and any number of people can contribute into the vault, and then those funds can then be voted on where you use them. If you're buying an NFT or you're listing one of your existing NFTs or whatnot. But this idea of a squad has like delegates or leaders of the squad, and they're the ones more active in the squad, and everyone else can contribute simply by sending ETH or some asset during a funding round, and their contribution gets tracked with equity, but they don't actually have to do anything beyond that. So we make it really easy for any number of people to participate in this co-ownership of assets, and then the leaders can, who are usually more crypto savvy, can take action. They can propose buying a certain NFT or selling an NFT or paying out dividends of any profits. So yeah, we make it easy for people of different like skill levels and experience to use our platform.
Yeah, you also make it easy for people in crypto to get their friends into crypto, which I think is neat and important too through this co-vault idea. So thank you, Stuart. We're gonna get back in this. I want to dive deeper into squads in just a bit. All right, my boys from WakeUp Labs, you guys are building a platform. We already discussed a little bit about how your dev tools are helping make NFTs accessible. Can you give an example of that, if any is available at the moment?
Yeah, of course. We can give the example of what we did with 0x.
Perfect.
And yes, what we see two big problems in Web3 right now. One of them is tackled by Frenly and Lore, because end users have difficult time to to create a wallet, to start onboarding on crypto. And the other big problem we see is how we can onboard more developers and more companies and organizations to do stuff in an easy way. That's where WakeUp Labs is focusing. We are kind of, let's say, a Web 2.5 platform for developers. So we help them to do in simple ways to interact with blockchain. We abstract the whole complexity. As an example, you could go to WakeUp Labs platform and build a swap, an NFT swap in 2 or 3 lines of code. NFT swap the app without knowing anything about blockchain. You can go to our platform, you register with your email, you get an API key for free, and then there we have the REST APIs to do NFT swap. What we did internally, we wrapped all the SDKs and toolings from 0x. We did it in a nice way, so you have just 2 or 3 API endpoints. So you are, as a developer, you just have to use those APIs to interact with the 0x contracts. So you add the first API that is, okay, I want to create this swap. I want to give this CryptoPunk and I want to receive this Bored Ape. And you just publish it with this API REST call. You have to send a message and that's it. And then the other guy, the other part that has the Bored Ape has to also say, okay, I put the code there and they swap the NFT will be swapped directly using 0x contracts. So it's just 2 lines of code there. So for us to understand that and to that, we have to do a lot of research. We have to read 0x documentation. We have to understand how everything works. Now we wrapped everything and made it simple with just a couple of lines of code. You can do an NFT swap the app without any effort. And that's where WakeUp Labs platform helps developers. Anyone can do it right now in a really easy way. I hope this was understood, Mike.
Totally. Yeah.
Awesome. And Michael, related to your first question about accessibility, we were working in the ecosystem, at least myself 3 years ago and Milton since 2017. And we realized that for example, people in Latin America, it's really expensive to have a Solidity team with a product manager who understands about blockchain. And when you start using our technology, which in the backend or in the core has, for example, parts of smart contract of 0x, you can make that cost much lower. So when you start building blockchain, usually it's really expensive, but with this kind of technology or platform, you can make it cheaper. So at least maybe we are not making really focus on UX for final users, but the spirit of having this accessibility for more people and more developers is in WakeUp.
Wow, great. Thank you guys. That's super. Well, Jessica, do you want to get anything in there real quick? I know I've been kind of steamrolling through this.
Yeah, I think I like Milton's like Web 2.5. I feel like Xerox kind of similarly as well, just like helping build those tools to onboard those developers who are at that Web 2 stage and want to tap into Web 3. But that's a pretty big step over. So how do we create that bridge to make it easier? So yeah, excited to work with the WakeUp Labs team, especially on the NFT side, like helping build that sphere out.
Perfect.
I
Yeah.
have a question for WakeUp Labs. So we at Lore, we're in the long term, we're looking to build a developer platform where developers can use like higher level, more abstract APIs and SDKs to build out interactions with the blockchain that help Lore Vault users to like integrate with specific dApps, for example, like adding it support for a new marketplace that the core Lore team doesn't have time to build out, for example. My question is, how are these APIs that you're building? Are they extensible, or can they interact with arbitrary smart contracts?
Good question. Some of them, yes, they can interact with any, like we have APIs that interact, for example, with generic 721 smart contracts. Of course, if there is something that it's outside the standard, we may need to do some adjustments. We can make partnership and talk about how we could add this API and how we can add value to our developer and users. That's something, of course, we can do. And we always add when we talk with Jessica, we say, okay, that's something we can add for the 0x. We can add these APIs, and we always want to enrich the offer. So if there is value, we can add that. And of course, there are some, you can get into the platform and look at what we have. Everything is fully documented. And if somebody wants to do something with their specific contract, with some of these endpoints, you can do it. The most standard they are, the most easy they will work. But yeah, we are open always to discussions, to add new features, of course.
Cool, thanks.
Great question. Right on, guys. Let's keep rolling through this, and I think these are going to be some similar topics, but I want you to go even deeper into some of these if we've already kind of touched on them or you touched on them with your answers. I want to go to the Frenly team first. Let's talk about how we're making NFTs social. So we talked about accessible, and I think I wanted to approach that question from like a, everybody thinking about NFTs and like what the F is that. But like, let's talk about social, right? So among friends, among people you might know, among people you might work with, even, in what ways are you making NFTs and even crypto generally social? So Frenly, you talked about your feed, and I think that's pretty understandable for a lot of people. But like, I think, do you want to talk about power collabs or anything within that sphere? Go right ahead.
Okay, yeah. So our first collaboration or partnership with NFT collection, it was Posers collection. Actually, I found them in our app. So it was just released new updates, and I was I wanted to screencast new comments and likes, and I came across on this PFP, and I was like, well, it looks cool. And yeah, I learned more about this collection, visited them, their OpenSea page, their Discord, their Twitter, and they got a really cool vibe. They even got a swap tool on their website powered by 0x, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's really cool. I brought to co-founders about collaboration, like, it would be cool to create a feed for them so the posers can track the holders' activities and discuss it in an app or in a Twitter, on Discord, in many ways. And yeah, it was really, it was really cool because I even became a holder of this.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So maybe RJ got something to add.
So the case that because of Frenly feed, you become a collector of posers, and you also brought them on board, which is cool. So yeah, answering the question how to make NFTs social and what is like social on-chain in on-chain world is like, for example, one of our like core primitives is comments to transactions and comments to NFTs, for example, for tokens. Frankly, I don't know why no one like built this before. Like OpenSea, you could just add comments on the platform, but for some reasons they're avoiding this topic. But it might have an additional value. Like imagine that your NFT was commented by Vitalik, for example. Like it would just boost the addition, like give the additional value to your NFT, or you have like a lot of reactions to your NFT. You got some sword in a game, in an on-chain game, and your friends can comment it like, "Whoa, that's a nice catch!" Like this is cool, and some influencers can comment it as well. And we are building it in decentralized way, and probably at some point in future we will release APIs so other like wallets or dApps or like games can build this comments for assets and feed, for example, like for the community, for the guilds, so people can comment like each other transactions and tokens. It should be fun. So
I love
it's
it,
our
man.
vision.
Yeah, great. That's so funny that thinking about discoverability of like you mentioned, discoverability of communities through your platform, and also like just being able to talk about stuff and discover new things through the comment section, for instance. Great, thank you so much. Let's go to Stuart at Lore. I of course am enamored by this idea of kind of like a group chat DAO, multi-sig with squads. So I think it's kind of self-explanatory, just like kind of like Frenly's is. So like let's talk about how Lore and squads really doubles down on making NFTs social.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're all about. We're a co-ownership platform. So, related to our brand, we believe that these vaults, these squads of people are actually much stronger when they create their own story or they have a theme around their investing. And that's why our name is Lore. But like, for example, a group that only buys CryptoPunks, or they only buy a certain trait of an NFT collection, like skeleton moonbirds, for example, they're much stronger. They have this goal that's that directs them, and that really helps solidify that community of people who are co-investing together. But beyond that, like NFTs are inherently social, especially when you can take advantage of the utility of NFTs. For example, you buy an NFT and you get access to a token gated Discord. Well, because all of our our vaults are actually Gnosis Safe, which is a smart contract wallet. Those just inherently don't have as good of support as EOA wallets like MetaMask. So things like Collabland for a long time did not allow you to token gate based on a vault or a Gnosis Safe. So we built things like a Discord bot where it worked like Collabland, except in the case of a Gnosis Safe, you would delegate one signing member of the Gnosis Safe as the person who can access the Discord, for example. So we're users co-owning NFTs to take advantage of those social benefits of owning a particular NFT.
I never thought about that as like thinking about how if we all own the NFT, then like let's think like a Links DAO. We're all able to get into the golf course. Maybe we're all able to get into this certain ETH Denver event. That's really cool. I never thought about it that way. Thank you, sir.
Exactly.
Nice. If by the way, if all of us want to hit a squad up on Lore together and share some of these benefits together, we can do that after this. Right on. So last but not least, WakeUp Labs. the topic is making NFTs social. You guys are a dev platform, so we got to kind of rack our brains a little bit for making this understandable for the community. But I know you guys are deep into it. Maybe we can riff on partnerships. So WakeUp Labs, you want to talk about this topic?
Yes, I want to say that I want to be honest. We are not really into social NFTs as social as a thing, but we know that it will be great for content creators. And NFTs are social, as the word says, because NFTs are social. The whole information will be on chain, and thanks to a token gated app, people will realize if you are the owner of not of NFT. Related to that, we are building with and working with big clients. For example, we are working right now with a gaming company which is called Moken's League, and the core there is that each player is a soccer mobile game, and each player will be an NFT. So of course that after you are the owner of that NFT, maybe you can show it on Instagram, because Instagram right now is letting people show which NFTs they own. So we built entire infrastructure, and people are using your APIs to have that information on chain the whole time. Which is more interesting there is that there are also dynamic NFTs, because if the character of a game has a power up, then you need to reflect that power up on chain. We help them with that, and in that way, we think that we are making NFTs more cool. And when NFTs become cooler, people will use it in their everyday things.
I love that. Now, I mean, yes, it's a dev platform. It's not like obviously social, but what I want to double down on is teams like WakeUp Labs, platforms like WakeUp Labs are enabling teams. I mean, not directly here, but teams like Frenly, teams like Lore to make social apps, which is really cool.
Of course.
Yeah, great. So let me just get maybe a one-liner, just a couple of things for some folks that are interested in understanding how everybody is using 0x to make everything that we just said possible. You don't need to riff on it too much, but I just want to get an idea myself even. So maybe we can start with, we'll go back to WakeUp Labs. I think we mentioned in the beginning episode. So let's start with Lore. And can you just give us like a one-liner, two-liner on how 0x enables Lore to make everything happen?
Yeah, so we're using 0x's NFT Trader SDK to support a feature where an outside member of the vault can sell an NFT to the squad, and the squad has to vote on that. They have to agree to make that purchase, but it allows somebody to bring in their own asset and contribute it to the squad, and that's facilitated through the 0x protocol.
Wonderful, thank you. And that was a great size of an answer right there. So let's go to Frenly. You guys want to chat a little bit about how 0x and our suite of APIs and toolkits is helping Frenly make what you guys do happen?
Yeah, initially we were trying to build a swapping tool inside an app, like and a chat, basically, like where you can swap and trade NFTs just inside the chat. You just message your friend like, hey, do you want to swap our NFTs or something? Or you can just trade NFTs in form of chat. Unfortunately, we was forced to like cut this feature like by now to make it cooler. And when we like release the full chat functionality in the platform, it will be working just smooth. So yeah, it's just swapping NFTs and chats. Yeah.
Awesome. That's great. I'm looking forward to using that. But when I do it with my friends, I hope I'm coming up on that. So and they get the other one. All right, WakeUp Labs. Of course, I think it's almost self-explanatory, but I want you to self-explain for us how WakeUp Labs, uses 0x, which is a big platform that helps lots of different companies access and use crypto. And then WakeUp Labs it helps do that on a different scale. So let's talk about that.
Good. Well, as I said before, we are using specifically the swap SDK that uses underneath 0x smart contracts to do that. And we are using it like we are wrapping all the functionality and making it really easy for any developer that doesn't know anything about Web3 to do an app to swap NFTs. So you want to give your this NFT and you want to get this other group of NFTs in return. So we make it easier with REST APIs for any developer to use it in our platform. The important thing here is that we were working with a company that was doing an NFT sticker album, and they wanted that feature that you can exchange like stickers, like when you do it in college or on school.
Okay.
And they wanted this feature, and that was also when we talked to Jessica about that, and we were looking about working and developing ourselves. But we found there was this 0x SDK and all these smart contracts, and we know them from 2007. We are the ones in the ICO moment that you keep building, and that give us confidence and trust in you. So we close our eyes and say, yeah, we can do it with 0x without any problem. This will work for sure, and it's fully audited. So yes, it was really straightforward for us to do it, and it helped us to bring that feature, of course.
Beautiful. That's great. This has been a really fun convo, guys. We got one more section for the folks today, and thankfully it's something that I think all of you are going to know well because it is your opinion about things. So I'm going to tee up different folks for different parts of this. And of course, if you want to touch on something that I didn't ask you specifically that I asked somebody else, please go ahead and do so. But let's go over to Stuart from Lore. I want to ask you this very specific question. What do you see in the near-term future of NFTs? Like right now, like what are you forecasting based on maybe what users on your platform are doing, what you guys are building, but like what do you see, what do you want to see in NFTs? Those are two separate questions.
I'm pretty sold on Lore and my company's vision. So I see co-ownership as becoming very popular because Lore, amongst other co-ownership tools out there, are making it really easy to do co-ownership. I also see more account abstraction taking hold in the market. So MPC wallets, the account abstraction EIP, which I can't remember the number, just making it really easy for users to onboard into crypto and do things like pool their money together on Lore.
Super. That's great. Let's go to Frenly team. I'm going to ask you this question. What brings the next new 100 million NFT users to crypto?
Okay,
Oh, this is a good one. Yes,
Yeah, I
yeah,
really
go on.
believe in NFT identity, like Web3 social medias, because for now, many platforms like Instagram or Facebook, they own your data. And for example, my friend maybe a year ago got a shadow ban on Instagram, and he lost all his subscribers, his audience.
God.
And if it could be happened on a Web3 social medias too, but on a protocol layer, you just cannot ban anyone. You still own your audience, your content, and I guess, yeah, it's a pretty cool way.
Yeah, unfortunately, Stuart stole my answer. I was about to say account abstraction, but yeah, I really believe that this like ease of onboarding new users will really bring a lot of new folks in the market. And I personally, I really sold on the content as NFTs content. I really believe that maybe in 10 or 15 years, the majority of creation on internet will be in form of NFT because it's really simplifying the IP side of things, the collaboration as well, the distribution of value that you can like abstract from your creations.
Super.
So yeah, hope to see stuff like that.
Hey, let's build some of it, man. Let's round this out with the WakeUp Labs team. What do you see in the near-term future of crypto? What do you want to see? Or sorry, of NFTs, and what do you want to see? And how do we get the next 100 million users? You could talk about any of those things.
Well, as you know, crypto is like a roller coaster. And sometimes you say tomorrow there will be 100 million users, but what we see at least is very similar to what Artie said, that in the future we think that almost every digital, because this is an interesting thing, NFTs is the only way to be a real owner of a digital asset. If in internet we have a lot of digital assets, we have assets in game, we have our accounts, we can maybe be owner of a domain, and that should be an NFT. So in the long-term vision is that everything will be standardized as an NFT, and people maybe didn't realize about that. And maybe that's our opinion related to looking forward and further related to NFTs.
I love that.
Yeah, I think that we are more and more into digital worlds with video games or whatever platform we use. So it's no brainer that we want to be really owners of those digital assets that we get by using our money or our effort to get, and we really love those digital assets, and we don't want those assets to be like owned by Epic Games or by Google or by Facebook. We want to be real owners. That's why we are bullish on this technology, of course. And yes, and as everyone said, we need to improve a lot the UX. We, the builders, have to improve the UX for new users to create first accounts, to make accounts in easy way, like we do in Web 2. We need to improve a lot. Of course, the account abstraction will help, but I think there also need many other tools to improve that and get many more users here.
Great. Wow, I'm so happy that we asked those questions, Jessica, because those are some super good answers. Yo, that was a great episode, guys. We're gonna bring this home right here into the conclusion section, and we're gonna give our guests some time to give some plugs in a second. But first, Jessica, I want to ask you, what are some big takeaways from the conversation we had today with these three brilliant teams?
Oh man, I feel like we hit the spectrum from the interactions on the social side to the building part. Some takeaways that I found kind of juicy. So definitely the comments, or just like the social aspects as primitives, definitely something that I think about often. I'm actually one that doesn't like interacting on our existing social because of that aspect. Like I feel like if I put my info out there, it's going to another entity. And so I definitely look forward to the day where everything that I put out is something that I own. So really looking forward to that aspect. And then we talk a lot about the social aspect with Frenly, with lore. There's so much to it for the co-ownership side. I think there's definitely that aspect of, like Sura was mentioning, of there's a collective group mindset of why are we invested in this product. It's kind of like building a business together, something that I personally like doing with people that I like vibing with. So I think that definitely has its legs there. And then definitely shout out to the WakeUp Labs. I love the infrastructure side. So if we can continue building out that infrastructure layer that other teams can continue leveraging, I think this new field is definitely about communities, and those communities getting the tools to build in these niches that they have specializations in. So yeah, I feel like this was a really packed episode. So it was great to have all these different perspectives. Yeah,
absolutely. I share the same. I felt like hearing about the comment section on NFTs is like, what the heck? Why don't we have that yet? The idea of sharing the benefits of NFTs with your friends. Well, the last one I said, by the way, was from the Frenly team, and then sharing, the benefits of your NFTs with your friends, which was an insight we got from the lore team, was really sweet. And everything that the WakeUp Labs team said in the response to the last question was such a big takeaway for me as well. So big thank you to the G's that came today from the DAO Grantees list. Of course, the Frenly team, of course, the WakeUp Labs team, and the new Lore team. Not new, but the new brand Lore team. We're very thankful that you guys are not only a part of this episode, but a part of the 0x ecosystem. I want to give each and every team an opportunity to give yourself a plug. Whatever you need to say. Let's start with the first people we met today, the WakeUp Labs team.
Well, just thank you. Thanks for the invite. It was really good. Also meeting Frenly team and Lore team. And just anyone that wants to use our platform, you can do it at wakeuplabs.io, platform.wakeuplabs.io. You get your API key and you start developing. But also you can contact us. We are on LinkedIn. We are on Twitter at WakeUp Labs. If you want to develop anything Web3 related, we can help you with that. We have plenty of experience there. So don't be shy.
Sweet.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Let's go to the Frenly team. Plug yourselves. Plug anything you need to plug.
We didn't mention this, but we are currently in beta testing beta testing phase. So if everyone is like vibing with our vision of like following friends on chain, check their on chain activity in feed, and having fun together on Web3, please go on frenly.cc and go to the waitlist. We have something right now which is currently in development. It's .friend username. So if you want to have one, just whitelist into the website and see you in the red hall.
You can also follow your enemies on Frenly, by the way, if that's what you're into. So if you want to counter trade people, so
someone could fork Frenly and call it enemy.
There you go, guys. I want to. That's what the next Powered by 0x episode is on. So it's all things like that. Just kidding. Round us out, Stuart. Let's plug Lore and shout Lore anything out you need to.
Thanks for having me, Michael and Jessica, and it was great to talk to you guys at the WakeUp and Frenly companies. And Lore has dipped our toes in social feeds as well as like building a developer platform. So I'm really excited to see where your companies go. And Lore is launching or opening up to the public in about 2 to 4 weeks. From now, but if you want access before that, in the meantime, DM me or DM the Lore Twitter. My Twitter name is @StuBracken.
We're going to have all the appropriate links and necessary links in the description of this video. I don't know where you're watching this, so find the description of this video on YouTube and you'll find the links to, man, what a good first episode for the season 2 of Powered by 0x. Some really bright teams and really like accessible, understandable projects of why that's important. Just a reminder, folks, people are building right now. All right. It doesn't just happen when things are frothy. It happens when things are hard too. You see that with Lore. You see that with Frenly. You see that with WakeUp Labs. Jessica, do you have any last words here?
I mean, I like the way you wrapped it up. I think, continue building. The future is bright. Definitely connect with these teams. Follow them on Twitter. See what they're up to. Give their products a try. I'm sure they're always looking for feedback.
Awesome. So once more, if Frenly is a social platform where you're able to track what your friends are doing, also your enemies too. WakeUp Labs is a platform that lets other devs, even if you don't know much about anything Solidity or code-wise, build crypto stuff. You can imagine how important that's going to be for anybody who's trying to help onboard the next billion people into crypto. And of course, Lore, the co-ownership NFT, or not just NFT, co-ownership in crypto, where you can share ownership with your friends among different crypto assets and NFTs, including the benefits of those NFTs. So thank you guys. Next time on Powered by 0x, you're going to hear about matcha and what's new with matcha. And we're very excited to have that combo. So have a good day wherever you are, and tune in next time. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah.